What up? What up? What up? It's your boy T Horton here on this Monday evening, man. I got some of that Snoop in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. It's kind of loud over here. So y'all let me know if that was too loud for you. But I'm fired up, man. I'll tell you guys why. Two things. I had a great weekend. I had an event with about 7,000 to 10,000 entrepreneurs, and it was fantastic. We were out of town, just hanging out, team building events. It was just great. And I just got off the phone with my brother, right? So, we got bit by the entrepreneur bug like 10 years ago, and we're always like on the up and up, trying to figure things out and see what's available and, see what the market is asking for, see if we can deliver it. So he finally figured out an additional niche of his that he can have kind of like a commanding arena in. And I'm proud of him. I'm real proud of him because he did his due diligence. He got everything in the background set up. He got everything in the forefront set up. He's applying for licenses and whatnot with his LLC, S Corp, corporation divisions and all that. And, he's serious about it. And I told him, I said, listen, man, expect this, that people are going to be sappy for you in the beginning. They're going to try to tear you down in the middle. Then they're going to love you a little bit. Then they're going to say at the end when you create success, oh, we knew you can do it. Say, even if you don't create success in this endeavor, keep pushing, keep dreaming, keep your vision in front of you. I said, write it all down, put it up in your apartment so you can see it, you can think about it. Because it's when it's on the forefront of your mind, the universe, God, he brings it to you. It just happens, right? So prayers out for him, man, that he can get this endeavor up and running and everything smoothed out. And I'm just so proud of him, man, because a lot of times in the past, as we've been growing up, big brother, little brother don't always listen to big brother, and sometimes the right things don't happen or the wrong things come to pass. But I'm just proud of him for stepping up, doing what he got to do. So if you ever hear this, Lance, I'm proud of you. I've always been proud of you, but like, you 35 and it's never too late. Kentucky Fried Chicken didn't get up going until he was 65. So, man, you got this. I believe in you. I love you, man. And this is your boy, T Horton. And this is Showtime, Motivational Talk Radio. Yeah. We back. Again, I'm fired up, man. This weekend was so amazing. Me and my fiance went in with a group of people. If you haven't figured it out yet, I am a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. And I got a team, and we want some really nice things. So we go out and we grind and we do our thing in our arena. We help people, we serve people, we give away stuff. We do a lot, and we're going to continue to do a lot until we can help out as many people as we can, because success is not based off of your money. It's not monetary. It's based off of how many people are better off because you lived. Remember that. It's about how many people are better off because you lived, and it's about the type of person you become. No, you don't change internally, but you change mentally and spiritually. You don't change physically, but you change your skill set and your mindset. And that's called growth. And that's how you grow. That's how you move on. It's levels to life. If you don't want to be stuck in the same level you've been in, then it's time to change. It's time to grow mentally, physically, spiritually. Learn a new skill set, So I'm going to go over, and I'm still in Mark Ruiz's book, Success from Scratch. And I hope y'all are enjoying it. I'm going to go through it till the end. I'm also reading one of John Maxwell's new books. It's a 2.0 version of a book that he wrote in 1995. I can't see it, so I don't have the title right now, but I'll fill you guys in on that. So we're going to talk about opposing forces. Yes, opposing forces. And if you don't know what that means, those are the people that hate on you. Like I was telling my brother, some people are going to try to bring you down. Some people are going to try to rip you off your tracks. Some people are going to try to push you off. And maybe really somebody that's real close to you. And maybe somebody that's not real close to you. It may be somebody that you don't know yet. But it is inevitable that someone will try to knock you off your track. Right? So the best thing you could do is surround yourself with support. Surround yourself with people that are also on the track to doing something different. And it don't matter if people like you or dislike you. Look, if everybody like you, you're doing something wrong. It's going to be haters, and it's okay to have some haters because people that don't got no dream got to do something. They might as well hate, So I got a lot of notes from this book and I want to go over some of this stuff with you guys. And, I'll elaborate on things I feel I can elaborate on, and I'll throw my experience, personal experience in there as well. First, I want to start with this, man. Life is crazy. And if you can't operate through chaos, then you're going to allow life to eat you alive. The number one thing you want to be is a person of character. You don't want to be, don't be a liar. Don't do things just to benefit yourself. And that's going to shit on everybody else and put them in a bad position. Especially when you're leading hundreds of people that love you and that confide in you and that are, rooting for you and that you personally probably are rooting for yourself. You want to be as honest as possible. The best way to create buy-in is to build a relationship, be honest, and have character and integrity. Right? My mentor always told me you can't do what you don't know. You can't teach what you don't know. Right? So if you don't know it, just learn it. It's okay to sometimes take a step back and figure your ish out. This way you come back bigger and stronger. But when you try to mow through people, when you try to mow through something and get to a point where you want to be, and it's all personal, it rarely works. And people that it do work for, they end up dying on the vine. All right, so just be a person of character. Love people for real. Seriously love people for who they are, not what they can give you or get you. Right? All the people in the world that, in our world is, we live on the surface of corruption. And if you just look a couple layers deep, you'll start to see different type of corrupt areas in our government or in the world, in different cities and different towns in different countries where it's like second or third or fourth world type of things going on where gangsters run the government and whatnot. And it's here too in the United States. And you start to see it sometimes peek his little dirty, nasty head out. But you got to be a man and a woman of character and integrity. Because if you're not, listen, Rome only lasted for a couple of thousand years, right? They thought they were going to last forever. Hitler thought he was going to be in this position forever. Time always wins, and time always changes. But one thing you can learn is from your mistakes, so that when they present themselves again, and they will, you don't fall to the same old mistake that you've been falling to for the last 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, all right? So I love you guys, man. I want you guys to do well. I want you to do better. I want your kids to do better than you. I want your kids' kids to do better than your kids. I want your parents to be able to live out the rest of their life happily and secure. And the only way that's going to happen is if you start to do something outside of the norm, right? And you're always going to face opposing forces when you do it. First, there will be individual naysayers and haters who can be easily spotted. They're inevitably going to be very annoying for anybody climbing the road to success. Climbers make them feel uncomfortable in their own skin. When you're doing something different and your friends don't want to do nothing different, what you're really doing is shining that spotlight of uncomfort. Why is he doing this? Uncomfort on them. It's making them feel uncomfortable, right? Their opposition is more about what's happening inside of them than about you. So it makes them feel even more uncomfortable because they're too afraid to step out on a limb like you did. right? You're thinking on a higher level. It's like I told my brother, you got to be on a higher level, because he said, I don't want to hire none of my friends, baby. And I was like, well, look, man, look, be honest, sometimes you can't hire your friends because you know your friends too well. And what happens is, with friends that don't respect each other on a level that should be a friendship respected level, then when the ish hit the fan, sometimes the wires get twisted. But when you work, sometimes you just need to hire out and work with some really professional people that know their job, that know their position, and are there to get the job done. Because sometimes friends could take advantage of being a friend. It's not saying that I don't love my friends or like my friends. I'm saying from experience, sometimes a friend may not take it as serious as you take it, because it's something that you want to do, as opposed to something that they feel like they should be doing because they're your friend, right? So you got to be thinking on a higher level. You got to take more action. You got to make new moves, and that doesn't jive with mediocre mindsets. It makes them uncomfortable because they're comfortable in their lifestyle. They want to bring you back down to their level, and that's where the hating and the sabotage starts, right? Your thoughts and your ambitions and your ideas are not even focused on the negativity towards you. It's them. Trust. When I played football, nobody believed in me. Only person believed in me that said it verbally was my mother and my brother, and maybe some of my family. I didn't know my father believed in me until I was done playing football. He talked about I want to make a scrapbook, right? People told me I was too fat, too slow, even too ugly to play football. Oh, you can't hack it. You're too slow. You're too fat. You don't look good enough. You got whatever. Hey, let the haters hate. Haters don't have a higher mindset, right? Throughout the lessons that we've been going over, throughout the topics on Showtime Radio that we've been talking about almost for the past year, since last October, right? Since last October have been to put you in a higher mindset. It's to put you in a higher mindset. It's to put you in a position where you could think of deeper thoughts. Right? It's to put you in this position where you can learn on deeper levels. Right? Haters actually should be embracing the fact that you're tracking down new actions and climbing to new heights. Why? They have the perfect opportunity to latch onto something positive and climb with you. But what happens 9 times out of 10 is what? They don't. They're like crabs in a bucket. They try to pull you back. But the sad reality is that most of them, with the time they have, they just sit there and they feel uncomfortable. They feel less about themselves. They get depressed. Discomfort equals pain. So it's painful for them to see you succeeding, especially if you started from the same place that they started from. Especially now that they don't have a valid excuse for trying to go ahead, right? They will try to bring you down, negate your ideas. They will tell you what you're doing isn't going to work. Or they're going to say, the market's too crowded. That's too saturated. Everybody does that. Or you're doing that thing? That's stupid. You don't have the money to do that. BS. Shut the front door. You fix it. You heard what I said. Shut the front door. You know what it really means, right? You're too competitive. You'll never break into that arena. You're obsessed. So when I was obsessed with football in high school, when we was practicing 5, 6 times a week, getting up in the morning to go to practice, and then go study our lessons before we went to school. Right after school, going to practice, playing games on Fridays, sweating out in 100 degrees heat, running miles and miles a day. That's not obsessed. But nobody had nothing to say about that then. But now, because you're older and you're not hanging out with them no more, making them look good and making them feel good about themselves, now you're obsessed. And these are just a few examples of things of ways that these people think. The list is infinite. It goes on and on and on. Be ready to deflect these negative feelings. Of course, politely, but be ready to deflect them. Deflect them. And find other people to associate with. That's really key. Right, this weekend was a great weekend. It was between 5 or 7 and 10,000 people, positive people that I can associate with. So I didn't have to worry about the naysayers or the negative Nancy's. I didn't have that. Second, on a larger scale, conformity is the ultimate universal opposing force. Conforming to the agenda at large, right? Remember that creating success usually requires breaking out of the box. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, that little proverbial box that everybody lives in. Although There's no box for those of us who are evolving, opposing forces, and conformity is society's point